Good afternoon. Gosh, it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm here on the east coast of the U.S. in Maryland. We get about 75-degree weather, just hitting the beginning of spring, and it's just absolutely a beautiful day. And so I wanted to call this the comeback. So what I'm going to dive into over the next 10, 15, 20 minutes is really the story of Disciplined Dads, where it came from, where was the idea, some of the successes, pitfalls, failures, things that we've kind of gone through. And really, the number one thing is to just continue to give encouragement to men and fathers out there that life's going to hit you in the face and going to give you blessings one day and curses the next, and just never give up. That's what makes men men. That's what makes fathers fathers, is that you just never stop. You know you're going to get hit. You know you're going to get knocked down, but it's the fact that you continue to get up each and every day. So where we're going to start here. So we're Disciplined Dads. What about us? So again, I mentioned it. I'm on the east coast of the U.S. Born and raised in the Maryland area. Fortunate enough to live in one of the most beautiful locations, on the water. Family property that we've had for many years. And, from that standpoint, growing up on the water was, something that I've always cherished. And I hope and that I can continue to have that with my family. But, through the years, I kind of probably had a similar path to most. Went into, the working world pretty young, graduated college, went out into corporate America and, had some success there and, found a great relationship with my now wife. And we've got, we had a little one for a bunch of years and had some struggles having kids. And we're blessed recently with a little baby girl, and we're probably shutting down shop after that. And, I think I hit a wall as a man, as a father, as a son and a community leader that, on paper, I probably looked really good. Had the job, had some of the finances, had the wife and now the two kids. But I had a ton of insecurities. I didn't feel like I was the father I should be. I was very negative. I was always wishing for something more. And really was not having a connection, I'd say, to any one community or really in deep relationships with friends. Faith was all over the place. And then something hit me pretty hard where I saw kind of a message, a quote that talked about, like, if you want to change yourself and you've got struggles, you've got fears, you've got anxieties, the best thing that you can do is uplift others. Find a way to go help others that are struggling with the same, maybe issues that you are, the same challenges, the same hurdles that you are. And in doing so, you can start healing yourself. And that's what I did. Randomly, I don't know much. I know a little bit more now about Instagram and Facebook and others, but I didn't know much. About a year ago, January of 2024, so a little over a year ago, I decided to create an Instagram page called Disciplined Dads. Had no clue what I was doing, throwing out some videos of myself and videos of others and doing remixes. And one of the things, though, that I constantly wanted to do was just push positivity out there about guys, about dads, about men, whether it was heart-wrenching stories or positive or fun little clips or just stupid things sometimes men do. But I just wanted to make it positive. I wanted to make it a community that people could come together, feel safe, share comments, and just not maybe get away from some of the negativity in this world. And that's what I was excited about. And I think it was that passion and also the consistency, because it takes time, that we hit about 100,000 followers in the first 3 months, and it continued to snowball from there. And, looking back, when we hit the end of 2024, having almost 2 million followers across all platforms, that was pretty staggering. Again, I'm a novice at this. I have no clue what I'm doing. And for that success to happen, what I realized is that what a massive need there was for a male community, both for men and women. Got a ton of feedback, ton of positive feedback from women as well. But man, there was just such a need out there. And I'm calling this the comeback because with that great success are going to come challenges, going to come hurdles, tons of blessings during that period of time that I'll get into more. But what I'm going to show you as well is that not only stats of how we grew, but at the same time, how we lost it all. And how we are fighting back and we know we have resolve and passion to really kill this to the next level. So as I mentioned, I'm gonna throw up some stats here real quick, and as you can see, the growth came and the growth came quick and fast, and very humbling, because as I mentioned, I knew nothing about social media, especially didn't know a ton about Instagram. To be honest with you, I had kind of boycotted it, only just because I knew that there was some negatives with the platforms and so forth, and you can get caught up in searching all day long and everything. But those stats just really show that the resolve of this community, the fact that there was a massive gap in terms of a community for dads, for men, and a community, to be honest with you, didn't specifically push the envelope in terms of politics and everything going on in this world, but at the same time, we're very unashamed in terms of focusing on men and masculinity and fathers, and actually even the lack of fathers in households as well, and how that is impacting the next generation and generations to come. And again, the pouring of support, the messages, the DMs, the calls, the emails, were both humbling and at the same time heart-wrenching, because I was getting messages from guys and ladies in some of their darkest times, and seeing that a video or a repost or a comment were just changing their day and changing their outlook for that period of time. And that was what was amazing, is just the pouring of support and just the small impact that this crazy idea I had to help myself was actually doing what I thought it could, which was helping uplift other people, empower other people, especially men, that they had a voice and that they had a corner or people in their corner to really be there for them. And as I mentioned, I'm keep on saying it, that this is the comeback though, because when we sat back and I looked at the end of 2024, we hit 2 million followers, and that was just astonishing to me. And at the same time, nervous, but also super blessed with the fact that we had our little girl in March of 25, after many years of struggles and challenges and impacts of COVID shots and all that fun stuff. But we were excited to be blessed with our little girl, and but 4 days later, after she blessed our family, did my Facebook account, Disciplined Dads, get hacked, completely taken down. I had multiple messages of people in the account that took it over, ultimately kicked off my meta verification, and ultimately took it over. And God bless that I took the initiative to be meta verified. We'll talk about that more in some trainings and in terms of how I grew this and some tricks of the trade. But I was able to get a hold of Meta, and I'll give them a huge shout out for being that large of an organization, to have that ability to talk to somebody live to help you through that. We ultimately got it back about a month later, but the only downside is that instead of 800 plus thousand followers that I had, I've got it was down to about 400. Now we're screaming back and the multiple thousands at this point, and have resolved to continue to grow that. And but at the end of the day, you know what? I knew the power of the mission. I knew the power of the community, and wasn't going to stop there. Now, 3 weeks later, when your Instagram account gets shut down, that's another kick in the teeth, though. And that one was, Instagram allows you to repost, and you do your best to provide credit to others and to ensure that you're looking at fair use, and so you don't have copyright issues. But I got hit with a copyright claim that ultimately was resolved, and ultimately the account is down right now. Disappointing beyond belief, but at the same time, that resolve to either get it back and restore it or just start from over is there. It's a tough one, because when you think about pumping out positive information, positive platform, uplifting others, you kind of feel a little untouchable sometimes. And you see all these accounts out there that are filled with junk and garbage, sex and drugs and fights and so forth. And you just wonder, how the heck do they have millions and millions of followers? And, I've got this little account that was trying to do some good in this world, and feels like the world's against you a little bit. But at the same time, all that does is continue to build the fight, to build a passion. And again, the reach out from people like, where are you? How can I help? Get this back online. I need this community. The resolve that I have to rebuild this thing 10 times over is really what's moving us forward. And it's amazing to see the outpouring of support right now, the how fast this is regrowing. We're going to talk a ton about that in some later videos as well, in terms of how we can help this community capitalize off of that. But man, you thought we were passionate in 24. Can't even imagine what you're going to see in 25. So what's next? So as I talked about, the comeback is what's next. And you know, for us, really looking at this not as a pipe dream, not as something that just happened to us, not something that we had some passions for, but really something that is absolutely needed. A community that is going to empower and uplift men, a community that is there to support fathers, new fathers, single fathers, men and women that are just going through struggles with life, with parenthood, all those, that it's just absolutely needed. And so what's next for us is that not only are we going to build one community, we're going to build multiple communities. We have plans to double down in terms of what we've already done. And the biggest thing that you're going to see is our ability to uplift others. I am absolutely requesting that anybody out there that wants support in terms of their channels, their communities, that they reach out to us. You got videos, you got reels that you want us to share. The resolve that we have, the passion that we have, the community that we're built, the whole premise of this is to uplift, empower others. And you're going to see Disciplined Dads in so many locations. I had a small vision for this. We eclipsed that quickly in 2024. The vision I have right now is beyond my comprehension a little bit. It's scaring me a little bit. Some of the business partners that I have are pushing the envelope and realizing that this is really something special. And the biggest thing is that I want this community to be there with me, to be behind me, to be there in front of me at the same time. And I'm so excited to be able to continue to share my passion, your all's passion, you know, for helping each other and really taking this to the next level. So what's coming is, guys, this is going to be everywhere, from wearing some logos to you know, some of the marketing that we're going to be able to do, some of the events that we're going to you know, that we're going to be involved in, some of the sponsorships that we're going to do as well. I am super pumped and excited to get Disciplined Dads, not only known in the US, but around the globe, as just a platform and an avenue for us to come together, share positive ideas, share our vulnerabilities, and really come together and move this movement forward. So I appreciate the support over the last year. I'm really going to appreciate the support as we continue this comeback, and we come back, you know, even bigger and better than we ever thought possible. And there's so much more to come, because, guys, it is freaking time to level up. Talk soon.